Yeah. So this is maybe how you can define it, how you can write its meaning. But if I stick here, you can write even more. What is moksha? But now when you talk about moksha, we say that there are two types of moksha. What you call the, oops, sorry. There are two types of mukti. First, what we call jivan mukti. And secondly, videha mukti. You must be able to explain that, right? Jivan mukti, videha mukti. If we talk about the first one, jivan mukti, say we get liberation when one is still alive, right? We get liberation when we are still alive. If we see the second one, say liberation after death. Videha, deha with your body. So, kanunmo, right? We die, the atma leaves the body, then nivideha mukti. But to reach here, logiquement, to reach here, when we die, the soul is going to merge with the Supreme One, right? To reach here, we should be able to attain this Jivan Mukti, right? Now, how to explain that maintenant, Jivan Mukti? For example, Buddha got Nirvana when he was still alive, around the age of 32 or so, he got Nirvana. This was Jivan Mukti. So what is this? How to explain that? Jivan Mukti, say, a state where we are detached, completely detached. Dans une note, se vous trouvez un mot qui appelle vairagya, which means detachment, right? Detachment. So Jivan Mukti is a state where we are still alive, yet we are totally detached. We have maybe no anger, no jealousy, no negative qualities at all. The pairs of opposites do not affect us, right? Like Buddha was. One example is Buddha, right? So this is Jivan Mukti. And then we get, when the same person dies, the Atma will then merge with the Supreme Soul, right? But still, as I said, it's not an easy thing to get. But now, this is generally the two forms of mukti, the two forms of liberation. But Nuinaban theory aussi qui dit there are 5 types of mukti, right? 5 types of. You learn these, you need to explain all these things. Premièrement, nous appellera salokya, right? It is described as one living and experiencing the divine presence, hence living in the presence of God, which naturally yields blissful experience. Like you go to a puja, you feel so blissful, no? You're experiencing the divine. For example, Shabri, you know, Ramayan, Shabri, where Ram came to meet her. She was blessed. She felt blessed. She felt that divine presence. She felt that bliss, right? That contentment, satisfaction, whatever we call that, right? This is Salokya. Then Sarshti, this is explained as having the power of God, therefore characterized by divine vibes, right? Again, divine vibes, we feel good. Samipya, one lives close to God. if we take the example of Sita, she was with Ram, Lakshman, she was with Ram, Sudama was with Krishna, in very close to God. Maintenant, nous, dans nos contexts, how do we live that? Usually, Nupena Ram somewhere here that in the form, in that body, could mean we are living close to God. But the thing is, nous pas capable littéralement, c'est qu'il dit nous là, right? The thing is, there is God in everyone. Even in our pet, for example, we have a pet, we take care of the pet. This is in itself living close to God. Right? So you see, liberation is not comme un mot, pas seulement comme un mot, my atma will merge with the Supreme Soul. No. So what we are doing in our life, right? We do the good things for the good actions. We get that satisfaction. This is in itself a type of mukti. But our problem is what? Our problem, modern man's problem. We do good actions. All of us do good action on earth. Good action. But the problem becomes fairly once in a while. Once you get Bhagavad Gita, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna in chapter 9, he said that we need to act for the welfare of all the world, whatever. Right, qu'il appelle le terme servi loka, some graha, the term used for that, right? To act for the welfare of others, of everyone, right? But pense-nous la vie, we don't do that every second, every minute, every day also we don't do it. Est-ce qu'every day to know actually for the welfare of the world? At times we are selfish, no? At times, almost all the times, we are selfish. This is the situation of the modern world, of modern people, right? So coming back to Mukti, Sarupya, this is the state explained as having similarity with God. Fait comment dire, ou capable prend example of Hanuman. Hanuman, malgré qu'il we consider him God, in reach Godhead, but Hanuman himself considered himself only as a devotee of God. Donc, with that devotion, he got certain similarity with God. You can take the example of Mirabai. Mirabai, if you know the story of Mirabai, she was a great devotee of Krishna. She married to a person, and yet she was totally devoted to Krishna. Malgré she got married and her in-laws did not like that, etc. And her in-laws wanted to kill her. They gave her poison in the food. And when Mirabai was going to eat the food, usually before eating the food, she offers that to Krishna, right? We thank you avant de manger, nous a fait food prayer. We offer that to Krishna. And she did that and she got nothing when she ate that poisonous food. Bon, qui similarity il y en a ici? C'est ce devotion qui fait living similar to God, right? The devotion she had, the love she had. Et plus important, c'est the faith in devotion, which is important, say faith. Faith, it's easy to lose faith, no? At times, maybe you have experienced that, or maybe people around you. When we are in problems, we always curse God, or we at times curse God. God, why are you giving me this problem, that problem? I'm not going to pray you, etc. No faire ban tifoli comme ça, right? But the moment we say that itself, it means we don't have 100% faith. Parce que the one who has 100% faith, il n'est pas pour sa pensée-là at all. Right? And the last one, sayujya, that is the state of oneness. Right? So when we are working, doing the right effort in our life to reach moksha, you will see we will go through all of this. Then finally, nous retrouvons at the perfect state, state of perfect bliss. Right? So, si nous catégorisons ça 5-là, en fait, Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti. Videha Mukti will be maybe the last one, Sahyujya, where you finally we are going to die, to merge with the Supreme Soul. But Jivan Mukti, this is all what we discussed, right? What we talked about, feeling the presence of God, say Jivan Mukti, feeling that satisfaction when we are helping someone, when we are doing good things, say Jivan Mukti. But I also told you our problem is we don't act, we don't do Loka Samgraha. Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, in specific, all actions, pas un ou deux actions par jour, all actions should be dedicated to others. But we hardly do that. But we hardly do that. We know that, right? So it's about Kanukul's Jivan Mukti. It's about developing good qualities, noble qualities, compassion, selflessness, sacrifice, etc. Right? These are some people who got Jivan Mukti, Buddha, Shankaracharya, Kabir Das, right? We have certain modern gurus as well, comme de nos jours, un Sadguru. You can use that example if you want, right? So the Videha Mukti is the attainment of liberation after death. The Supreme Soul merges, the soul merges with the Supreme Soul, not to take birth again. Il pas reprend naissance, il merge, right? Like in the Nasadya Sukta and the Purusha Sukta, it has been said that we emanated from God, no? From the Supreme. And we are living here, right? And at the end, our aim is we have to go back from where we came from. Means emerge again with that Supreme, which is the Videha Mukti, right? So this Videha and Jivan Mukti, you should be able to explain that in your own words, right? You read them, you can write in your own words, right? Now, continuing with moksha, what are now the aim, the means, the path to moksha, right? There can be various paths to moksha. We usually categorize that the paths to moksha, you categorize as jnana, devotion, knowledge, karma, and bhakti, which is devotion. Usually this is the main thing, how we categorize that, the path leading to moksha. Now, we have to conquer the path of moksha, like doing bhakti, for example, following the karma yoga, ou bien the jnana yoga, ou bien the raja yoga. We'll see that also, the raja yoga. Right? So, premièrement, which is important, is good health. Good health is important in the path, in the way Pluto to moksha. Because without this, mukti ou bien moksha seems to be impossible, right? Ou bien plutôt difficult, if not impossible. Now, so good health, we should be taking care of the health of the body and all. We should be doing prayers. We should be doing swadhyay. Swadhyay is a study, self-study, like we read scriptures, we read books, etc. Pranayam, the breathing exercises, the breathing process. Meditation. Meditation, some are classified as Raja Yoga. We'll come to that. We do charity, that is, we help people, we do donation in terms of food, in terms of money. En a dit moun de nos jours, in a trend as que zut donate zut organ, right? That is also possible. Then we doing satsang. Satsang veut dire quoi? Satsang means to be in good company, right? Sat veut dire truth, ou bien good. Sang veut dire together. So satsang means good company, right? Et maintenant, quand nous disons satsang, usually, at times we mean listening to discourses, spiritual discourses, speeches, tout ça, right? Parce que normalement, dans some place là, and among people who are good, who are religious, right? Ashtanga Yoga will come to that, right? We'll come to that in details. So, yeah. So these are the things that visually we can do. Pas seulement quand nous avons tous les jours comme matin, nous avons prayer, afternoon prayer, evening prayer. So I'm doing the good thing to get moksha. It's not sufficient. The most important thing I told you is good health. If you don't take care of the health, moksha est bien loin, right? So you can go through it, this one. You can read, right? And then yeah, means to moksha. The means to moksha. Premièrement, nous disons which is knowledge. Q, knowledge, or you call that knowledge. Like if you don't know the alphabets, you can't write, you can't read, you can't do anything. So knowledge is vital, is important, right? Now, when we get knowledge, it's not that we stick to that only reading of books. We need to put into practice. And this is where it becomes like action, pure action. And it is devotion, right? For example, here devotion, Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita has said, by doing devotion to me or Arjuna, I can thus be known, seen, or be entered into Vidya, merge with him, right? So you can go through that, but I'm going to use this one while explaining now. Right? Bon, basically, quand nous get command scriptures and all, these are the three main paths to moksha. And then we have the fourth added also, which is Raja Yoga. Raja Yoga, it is purely based on meditation. Maybe you have heard Van Brahma Kumari, no? That follow the system of Raja Yoga. Raja Yoga say where they focus mainly on meditation, right? So this is one way to moksha, right? Now, if we are going to see about the karma yoga, karma, the law of karma, etc. Karma means to do. So we act, we do something which leads us to moksha. What do we do to get to moksha? It can come as swadharma, your own dharma. For example, if you are a kshatriya, you follow that. If someone is a Brahman, we follow Sudharma. So it is action. And it can mean also karma yoga, say, to help people, no? To help people, to give people food. It can take any dimension. These are some quotation. You please learn your quotation. C'est qui facile pour vous pour écrire. Pas nécessairement apprendre seulement ça, which I'm telling you. You have others, you please learn, right? You are free, you choose your, which is easier for you, right? Now, Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita said, to actions alone have a right, never to their fruits. You know, appelle nishkam karma, or selfless actions, right? No, we just have to do the action. We do not think about, we do not expect about what will be the result. Of course, there is a thought qui, quand nous fait une action, tous les temps nous pensons, non? Est-ce que the action, when I'm going to do the action, what will happen? Good or bad? Then you do the action. No. Ça, c'est d'autres choses. It helps you to choose the right action to be done. But when the action has been done, it's over. N'oubliez-les, right? No need to tell 100 people that what we have been doing, it's not important, right? In Isha Upanishad, it has been said, whatsoever moves in this moving world is enveloped by God. Therefore, find enjoyment in renunciation. This is the first verse of the Isha Upanishad. We need to find enjoyment in renunciation. While practicing renunciation, while practicing detachment, we enjoy that moment, right? Lalipek was basically about the spiritual life, right? So the point in karma yoga is we have to do nishkam karma, and the actions, do your actions, for action is better than inaction. Inaction is quand nous pas faire rien. We remain idle, nous pas faire rien, right? But inaction could form nowhere actually. First, we have been born to do something. We have been born to do something. We all have a certain mission on earth. Maybe the mission is to take care of someone or to be better, to be a better person, whatever it is. So just do the action and leave the rest. Now, a karma yogi is someone who follows the karma yogi. A karma yogi is supposed to be having these qualities. Like Shiv is believed to be a karma yogi. Mahatma Gandhi is believed to be a karma yogi, right? So a karma yogi lives free from greed, lust, anger, negative impulses. Selflessness should be the goal of life. Libhavzana selfishness at all, right? And lives in a spotless character, humility, positivity, tolerance, sacrifice, service-oriented life, what you call seva, right? These are the qualities of the karma yogi. Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita again, there is no loss of effort here. There is no harm. Even a little of righteousness, même si nous fait une simple petite action, very few, delivers one from great fear. It will help us to liberate from the great fear, Ukav explicitly like samsar, no great fear, right? Ou bien negativity, whatever, negative qualities. So even one simple action done with the right intention is worth it. Then you have the bhakti yoga, bhakti means devotion. Devotion can be in terms of prayers, in terms of rituals, right? Maintenant, devotion, le mot devotion, bhakti means intense love for God, like Shabri maybe had for God, for Ram, right? Now, devotion can be like helping someone also can be devotion, no? Devotion doesn't mean only going to the temple every day. It can be you're feeding a poor, you're feeding someone who is hungry. This is devotion because you're seeing God in that person. That's why you are feeding that person. So you but to see God in the person you would not have cared about, right? That is, we realize there is God in everyone. So the bhakti, path of bhakti, of course, different, ou bien many dimensions, right? And the one who follows bhakti yoga, who practices bhakti yoga, li aussi, somehow, memban characteristics like